It's time to make over your breakfast. Our next guest is on a mission to help families eat healthier every day without sacrificing taste.
Well, today she's sharing a few ideas to transform the most important meal of the day. It's breakfast we're talking about. Welcome Lisa Leake to the show.
Hello,
how you doing?
Having me. Great. Yeah.
Lisa's the founder of 100daysofrealfood.com. It's wonderful to have you here, Lisa.
Happy to be back.
Okay, there's a lot of sugar in a lot of our breakfasts, as it turns out.
Yes, and I have some examples, and I have to say, muffins are actually what inspired me to even look into how much sugar is in our breakfast. I was reading an article that basically says muffins and cupcakes are pretty much the same thing, minus the frosting, of course. I mean, think about it. You're using typically white flour, sugar, eggs. It's a lot of the same ingredients. So I'm going to save muffins for last to reveal actually how much sugar is in there.
Okay.
I really want to start with donuts because I thought that'd be a great yardstick of comparison to talk about how much sugar is in our breakfast. And also, just a reminder, the guidelines for sugar consumption is 12 grams a day, maximum for children.
12 a day maximum for kids.
For children, 24 for women, 36 for men. So that's the recommended daily allowance of sugar. So let's just keep that in mind.
Wow.
So starting with donuts, this actually has 9 grams of added sugars in one donut. And I want to just stop right there and tell you that that has the least amount of sugar of everything that you see here.
No way.
Least amount of sugar.
I don't believe you.
Honestly, I was kind of like thinking not so bad of donuts.
I know, right?
I can eat donuts.
Well, that's really
reason
shouldn't be the takeaway. As long as, remember, we stick to those recommended daily allowances of sugar. But we have 9 grams in donuts. Then next, and these are all in order from, you know, least amount to most. Next, we have sugary cereals. Of course, there's so many choices there. 9 grams of sugar in the Honey Nut Cheerios, same as your donuts. Up to this granola has a lot of refined sugar. That has 14 grams. So cereals like Honey Smacks, 15 grams of sugar in there. So you can get pretty sugary. And remember, that's above the 12 grams your child should have all day. So next, I have some cinnamon rolls. This is 10 grams of sugar. And then you have to be really careful with these flavored oats. This also has 10 grams of sugar in one serving. And I know bars are super popular. Grab and go breakfast.
Those are big for track athletes.
And that's 13 grams of sugar right there. So we have Danish at 14 grams. Also Pop-Tarts. Now Pop-Tarts is one of those that is going to have some naturally occurring sugar in there as well with the strawberries. So it's hard to tell how much is just completely added sugar, but 14 grams. And then we jump right up. I actually have a little example to show you. If you went out to Denny's, for example, and got chocolate chip pancakes, that is 15.5 grams of sugar. And this kind of cracks me up. Why are we putting chocolate chips in breakfast anyway, to begin with? And, you know, if you look at banana bread recipes, many recipes call for a cup of sugar. And here we go back to saying how the muffins are similar to the cupcakes. This is actually my recipe. So if you put a cup of sugar in a standard recipe, you'd have 25 grams of sugar in a serving. In my recipe, it's 8 or 9 grams of sugar in a serving.
So much better.
So this is, and I think it still tastes great.
Yes.
You don't need all of that sugar. So then, as we keep on going here, we've got crumb cake. We jump way up, 26 grams of sugar, and then the yogurt, a little Yoplait yogurt, also 26 grams of sugar. And just one of those.
Wow.
Did you say 26?
Yes, there is some naturally occurring sugar in there, in the milk and in the berries, so I can't separate that out, but that's still, it's not going to be
26 grams.
Yeah, 26 grams, still pretty high. And then we also have these flavored oatmeal packets, about 27 grams of sugar. And then we get back to those muffins I was talking about.
Which are basically cake.
So this is a lemon poppy seed muffin mix, 27 grams of sugar. But here is the real kicker. Can you guess how many grams of sugar in just the standard grocery store muffins in one muffin?
I'm going to guess 28.
20.
35 grams of sugar in one muffin.
In one of them?
And it's not just these grocery store muffins, so I printed out here. If you look at the Starbucks website, they have 30 grams of sugar in their blueberry muffin, and in their cupcake with the frosting, 34 grams of sugar. It's not that different.
Man, if I eat one muffin, I'm done for the day.
Yes, and so I feel kind of bad because I think there's a lot of moms out there that think, oh, we're going to walk past Krispy Kreme, we're not going to get the donuts, we'll get the blueberry muffin from the coffee shop, and think that's a better choice. So
you have a makeover over dish.
Yes.
That's what we're looking at here. It's gorgeous.
Yes.
You made this.
That's right. This is monkey bread. And so this recipe was the inspiration. This recipe calls for almost 2 cups of added sugars in this one breakfast recipe. And so I made it over. Instead of 36 grams of sugar per serving, my version not only is 100% whole grain and organic, but it's only 10 grams of sugar per serving, which is still close to the donut. But you know, I do think, I'm not saying don't eat these things. I'm saying just don't eat them and treat them like a breakfast. I think it's more of a dessert treat, honestly.
So good. You can dish one up. I know Eugene's dying to try that. For more on Lisa's journey, I think this woman is remarkable. What you've done. I strive to be like the mother that you are, the way you feed your kids.
You're sweet.
But check out recipe ideas on 100daysofrealfood.com. 100daysofrealfood.com. She makes it easy for you. Get one of her cookbooks. They're fantastic. Good monkey bread.
Good monkey bread.
You think that's decent? We don't need 2 cups of sugar for it to taste good.
That's right. All right. More Charlotte today.